It feels really powerful. That's why everybody does this motion. Because if I'm trying to hit the golf ball that way and I'm right-handed, it feels like I need to hit that thing by casting this club and pushing it forward with my right wrist like that. And even though it feels powerful, it actually slows down your club head speed, because when I cast it, it's moving too fast back here and actually decelerating as I'm coming into the shot. Here's the difference. Here's what I want to have happen. In a good swing, I want to have this right wrist angled back. That's what's called wrist extension. So I want to have it angled back as much as I can at that point in the swing, kind of this last parallel in the downswing. And I also want to have my wrist into what's called radial deviation. So I want to feel like instead of my wrist being down, I still have it up like that. So it's those two moves together that make this happen. When I'm there, now I want to go ahead and release this out in front. So let's imagine this like I have my iPad on my hand. So if I swing halfway down and I cast this, the face of my iPad, if I was reading my iPad, I would be able to see the face of my iPad. If I do it the right way, my wrist is angled back into wrist extension and up into radial deviation. You'll see that my iPad, the face of it, or how I would be reading on here, would now be pointing down to the target line. So you want to feel like your right hand is coming down the target line. The palm of your hand is going to the target line all the way through contact, and then you let it release. So that's the big key there. That right wrist needs to be facing the target line all the way down, and then it has to throw. The last piece is actually really simple. I have a great tip for that too, but that's going to feel like I'm smacking that club, like throwing that club through contact, like if I was smacking my hand here. I'm going to go ahead and let that release as I'm coming on through. So if I was tossing a golf ball, let's imagine I was just going to toss to somebody 15, 20 feet in front of me. That's exactly what you would do anyways. You would have that wrist kind of angled back. As your body opened, you would then go ahead and release it. That's exactly the same thing we're trying to do in the golf swing. Have that iPad facing back toward the target line, and then from there, go ahead and flip and let it go. Most players that make this mistake either hit early and flip it, or if they do try to have that wrist angle back, they forget about letting it go and they lose all their speed. They just try to hold on. I don't want you to hold on. I want you to go ahead and let that wrist fly down the fairway. So if you're doing this right, the right wrist to you should feel like my palm is angled back toward the target line, and as I open my body, I'm just tossing the club down the fairway. And you'll see how now when I mention that, if you watch me swing, it'll look a lot like that when I make a golf swing. Let's go ahead and give it a whirl. So to me, it feels like I'm just turning, wrist angle back, and I'm just letting it fly. It feels very effortless. It feels like I can hit it very long way, a very powerful swing, very long way when I do that. And the speed all comes through contact now rather than prior to contact.